Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to learn how to knit this shawl, and I've done a video before for this particular pattern. It's a shawl called the Kuura Shawl. It's a triangular shawl by Milja Uimonen, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link down below the pattern where you can go ahead and download it. But the shawl looks bit like this. It's not finished, but I will walk you through I will go back and show you how you start it and how you work the charts, because the charts are a bit hard to follow through unless you've gone through the pattern one time and then you kind of understand how it goes. But yeah, if you're interested, then keep on watching. So I printed the pattern and I thought, okay, let me just go and see if how I'm gonna get this done. And I got stuck, and I remember first time I knitted this, I got stuck again, and it was one of the things that people were very thankful for my video, was because I explained it where they got stuck. So if you go into the description down below, you will find a link that will take you to the Ravelry page where you can download the pattern, and also you will need your wool and your needles and some stitch markers. Now I'm using this, and this, I've had this wool for I don't know how many months now. It's from my knit crate, and it's kind of a combination of cotton and linen, and I thought maybe I'll make something like maybe a tank top for the summer, but I didn't get around to do it. And I think a shawl made out of this, like a lacy shawl, would be nice to put on top of a vest in the summer, so because it wouldn't be too hot, but it would just feel nice, and it's soft, but it's kind of like straw feel, but soft. Anyway, I think this would have a nice drape for this shawl and it will look beautiful. So this is what I'm going to use. I've got 2 skeins of it. This is one, and I'm using 3.5mm needles with it because this shawl is worked with 4.5mm needles, but gauge is not too important because it's a shawl, so it could be a bit shorter or it can be a bit longer, and you just still look really nice. Okay, so let's go to the instructions so I can show you. We're going to start knitting the shawl here, and we're gonna cast on here, and then we're gonna start knitting out like that. And when we get to the chart, I will explain more, because it's a bit hard to understand unless you work it. So that's what I'm going to show you. So to start with, I'm just going to take my yarn, and I'm going to cast on 3 stitches. So leave a little bit of a tail, do a slip knot, and I'm going to cast on 3 stitches. So I've got 1 stitch, and we're going to do 2 more. 1, 2. Now the pattern will say, after cast on 3 stitches, it will say knit 6 rows in garter stitch. So I'm just going to go ahead and knit 6 rows, just plain knitting all around, all these rows. And this is row number 6. So I'm just going to knit 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then the pattern says don't turn, instead. So we have it like this. So we're going to turn our work like that. I'm going to do a yarn over, knit 1, then another yarn over. Then the pattern will say twist again and knit 3 stitches. So twist again 90 degrees and work 3 stitches in that edge. And you don't have to be very neat with it because it's just the beginning and it won't really show much. It's quite hard to get that last stitch. Oh. Oh, didn't work. Here we go. Nope. One more time. Why doesn't it want to go? Nope. It's because it got so loose. Okay, let's go. Here we go. So now we have 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And once we have the 9 stitches, then we're gonna start with setup row number 1, which says knit all stitches. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knit 9 stitches. Okay, then setup row 2 says knit 3, and this is the row where we're going to place our markers, and I've got mine here. So knit 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a yarn over, place marker, knit 3, and these are the center stitches. Place a second marker, yarn over and knit 3. Okay? So that's setup row number 2. Setup row number 3, wrong side. I'm going to knit 3, and I have this yarn over which I'm going to pull, slip my marker, knit 3, slip the second marker, I've got my yarn over, I'm going to purl it, and then knit 3 stitches. Oops. Now the confusing part comes. We have here setup row 4, right side, corresponds to row number 1 in chart 1. So we have to find chart 1. This is chart 1. I have a pen here somewhere. This is chart 1. So it will say knit 3, knit 1, no, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 3. So these become the center. And we have to remember that this being the center, we have to repeat this on this side and then do the edge, if it makes sense. So this is how we're going to work. We're going to follow this. Knit 3, these ones. 1, 2, 3. Then we're here. Yarn over, knit 1, yarn over. So yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip marker, knit 3, which are these ones that become our center. So I'm going to knit 3, slip my marker, and then we've got to work this one more time. Yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and then knit 3 stitches, which are the garter stitch border. So that's row number 1. For row number 2, on the wrong side, we're supposed to knit these ones and purl these ones. So this is what we're going to do, starting with the garter stitch, which is 3 stitches. And if you want, I'll show you, you can put markers there. So knit 3, and these are always the garter stitch. Okay, place a marker if it helps, so you know that this middle section here is this one. So we got 3 stitches here. We're going to purl them because it's the yarn over that we did before. Okay, slip your marker, knit 3, which are the garter stitch in the middle, slip marker, purl 3. You can place another marker that will tell you that all you've got left is your garter stitch border. There you go. Now we're here, and I'll just show you a little bit going up the oh, that's coming off, isn't it? I'll show you a little bit more of the chart to help you, and then I'll let you continue knitting until you finish chart 1, and the next thing I'll show you is chart 2. So knit 3 garter stitch, always knit 3, start with knit 3, finish with knit 3, slip marker, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, slip marker. Now we've got the center stitches, which are garter stitch, knit 3, slip marker. Now we repeat this one more time, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, and all we've got left is the garter stitch border on the left side. Okay, now we're here. We're going to do exactly the same, work the garter stitch border and purl the stitches in between these markers and these markers. So it's kind of, let me just show you a little bit on the back here. So we have the shawl this way. We always have garter stitch going this here on the edge, garter stitch going here on the edge, and then garter stitch going in the middle. And we've got marker after this, marker before the middle, marker after the middle, marker before the edge. And the chart, this part of the chart is between the center and the garter stitch edge. I hope that makes sense. Okay, where were we? Well, we were here. Oh, my needles got tangled up. So we're going to knit 3, slip marker, purl 5, slip marker, knit 3, slip marker, purl 5, slip marker, knit 3. Okay, the next is this row. and it's easy. It's exactly like the previous rows, it's just that we've got more stitches in between the yarn overs. So knit 3, oh, slip marker, yarn over, knit 5, yarn over, slip marker, knit the center 3 stitches, slip marker, yarn over, knit 5, slip marker, knit 3, oh, knit 5, yarn over, slip marker, yarn over, slip marker, knit 3, garter stitch edge. And now you can see we've got a little bit of a twist, which means we're going to knit our edges and our center, but then we're going to knit the middle as well, because it gives a little bit of a texture inside our pattern. And you could see that here. So it would be one of these pearls, because then we're going to get to this eyelets. So knit 3, slip marker, knit all the stitches. It's pretty much knit all stitches, including the yarn overs for this row. Slip marker, knit the center, slip marker, knit the left side, slip marker, and knit the left edge. And now I'm going to show you this row. We're going to do knit 3, which is the edge, slip marker, and then yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and this means knit 2 together. So yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together. And continue that to the other side. And then when you get to the double center decrease, the way you work that one is slip 2 stitches knitwise. Let me just show you how to do that here. Slip 2 stitches knitwise. So we're going to slip 2 stitches together. Then it says knit 1 stitch, and then you pass those 2 slip stitches over the knitted one, and that's a double decrease that you see here. Just follow the chart as I explained until you finish it, and then we're going to move on to chart number 2, and I'll see you when I get there. So I've finished chart number 1, and I'll show you what it looks like. So once you're finished with the chart, you want to slide your stitches on the cable, and then you can see what your shawl is going to look like. So we started here in the middle, and we completed our chart 1, and now we're going to move on to chart 2, and it's pretty much the same thing, it's just the number of stitches is different. You need to repeat chart 2 4 times, that's what it says, no, 3 times, that's what it says in the pattern. And as you can finish here, and as you can see here, we finished chart number 1 is this one, and we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 stitches, and the first row in chart number 2 has 23 stitches as well. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And you're just going to continue, obviously, from here to here, we have the 23 stitches, like that. So we're going to continue working the chart once. When we're finished, we're going to work it again, but we're going to have more stitches. So you have the explanation here in the pattern. It says the chart shows the 12 stitch repeat, which is worked once on the first time you knit chart 2. Then this chart is repeated twice the second time you work chart 2, and 3 times the third time you work chart 2. And then the 4th time, yeah, so it is 4 times that you need to repeat chart 2. And then when you're finished with chart 2, we're going to go to chart 3. And I'm going to spend the next week knitting the shawl, repeating chart 2 4 times, and then I will see you when we're ready to start with chart number 3 and finish it up. But yeah, I'll see you when we're ready for chart 3. So after a couple of weeks of knitting, I managed to get to the end of my shawl, and if I remember right, I left you somewhere here where we started the shawl, and I have here the charts, just to explain to you a little bit of what I've done. So this is the first chart that I've used. Once you finish the chart, you repeat this second chart 4 times. So you finish it 1 time, then you're going to repeat it 3 more times, and it will be explained in the second page of the pattern. It says here, start chart 2, work the rows 4 times or until the shawl is about 10 centimeters short of desired length. So obviously if you've got a lot more yarn left and you want your shawl to be bigger, you can repeat the chart 2 for 5 times instead. And I thought about that. I almost gave it a try, but then I knew I didn't have enough yarn to do it that big. So I've just done it 4 times like the pattern says here, and I went into chart 3. So chart 3 is pretty much like chart 2. The only difference is that you're going to add some yarn overs and some decreases in the top section here, and I've done that. I'll just show you what mine looks like. The thing that you need to remember is the 12 rows repeat. So for for chart 3, work the border rows once, repeating the 12 repeat 12 times. So this is how you're going to work it. And I've got a pen here to point to you. So you start your shawl with 3 garter stitch. Then you're going to do this yarn over here. Then you're going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to repeat this 5 times, and then you're going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yarn over. So this is repeated 5 times, which will give you these stitches plus 12 times 5 plus these stitches. So you have a long cable filled with yarn. Now the thing that I've done different on my shawl was I finished row 24 of chart 3, and then I continued the decreases I continued the decreases and the yarn overs, and I'll keep doing that until I'm nearly finished with my yarn, because I have, where is it? Oh, it's gone on the floor. Let me just grab it. Oh, don't fall again. Here we go. So I've got this much left, which is not very much. It's not enough to go one more time with the chart. So I just decided to keep these decreases and increases for a bit longer. So I'm just going to keep going for as much as this allows me, and then I'm going to bind off. But if you just stick to the plan and stick to the pattern, you're going to bind off somewhere here after you finish this tip of the little, I call them little boats. I don't think they're boats, but in my head they look like little boats. So once you get to the end of this, then you just bind off and you block your shawl. And these extra yarn overs that we've done in chart 3 are going to be a bit pointy, and you can see that on the shawl here. Can you see? These are going to be a bit pointy, and that's what gives the shawl the scalloped, no, it's not scalloped, what is it? It is scalloped edge. But yeah, this is the Kuura Shawl. It's a free pattern. Check the description down below. You'll have a link there that will take you to Milia's Ravelry, where you can download the pattern. And if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments down below. Thank you very much for all your support, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.